What's up, guys? And welcome back to another edition of Road Trippin' with the Rudes.
Hello, and if this is your first time joining us, thank you so much. And if you've been riding with us all along, thank you. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel. We definitely keep the hits coming.
Yep.
Click that notification bell. And also like this video so that we know you are there. Today's real review is all about
Ratatouille.
anyone can cook.
Anyone can cook certain things.
No one can cook in my kitchen because apparently not anyone can clean.
Oh, that was a good one.
But if you saw this movie, it was actually released back in 2008. It was a part of the Pixar parade, as I'd like to call it. It was the movie that came out right the year after Cars, just to put that in context. What are your thoughts on it, having watched it now?
It was a good movie. It's always been a good movie to me. I know why you like it because, you know, you're the resident chef, I guess.
Well, as you guys see, I have my food and wine ears on. We won't be making it this year, but yes, I love to cook. Ratatouille was a favorite for Ava and I because, well, she was like 3 or 4. I started introducing cooking to Ava to incorporate following directions and also math skills. So, you know, a half a cup of this plus a cup of that. What do you have? So forth. And so the timing of Ratatouille was great because she was 5. And this is how I know I love the movie.
Okay.
What is the one thing that I hate? And I don't hate anything. What's the one thing I despise more than anything?
Somebody else being in your kitchen while you're cooking.
No, I don't.
You hate that. So what's the other thing you hate?
Rodents. So
I don't have any of those, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, so I just have this thing about rodents. Snakes don't bother me. Any other type of reptile doesn't bother me. Rodents gross me out to the umpteenth degree.
And you know what? When we were watching it, I'm thinking like, because it's so realistic looking, right? So I'm like, how is she watching this with all these rats? Because I know when you see it on anything, on your phone, on a TV, you start freaking out.
Yes.
So I'm like, how is she actually enjoying this with these rats?
So my biggest fear on the trains in being in New York City is that just like a rodent's just gonna like jump on my lap or something. Like, I seriously. And here's the thing though. And you guys can argue this with me if you want, but Brooklyn rats are a whole different other type of rat.
Off topic though. Nicole went to New York one time.
The rodent fear is real.
Nicole
so
went
real.
to New York one time. I didn't go. They were driving back. I get a call like, I think it's a rat in my car. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I think it's a rat in my car. So y'all was probably freaking out the whole rest of the way home.
Well, okay, so here's what happened. So that trip, we went to see my sister. My sister lives in Brooklyn. And so we went to see my sister, and we went to take the train somewhere, and legit, like, I don't know if the rat had to go to work, but he kept on looking down the tunnel and, like, going back and, like, checking, like, you know, going past the yellow, checking and coming back. So, all right, so I was like, okay, we can't do the train anymore right now. I just could not. So then we drove to Coney Island, home of the rats, and I drove my car. So then I'm like, so the rodent thing is real. So I had watched videos of raccoons in Europe hot wiring cars, right? So now I'm like, if raccoons could do it, rats could do it. It was like just a loose wire on the car, and I thought it was a rat tail.
Yeah,
so
that was a rat tail.
Anyway.
Had me searching the car when they got back home. It was crazy.
It was scary. Like, Ava was still little. I had brought Ava up to the front because she was sleeping in the back, and I just was...
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then you had bags. So then I didn't find nothing in the car. And then remember y'all had bags and you brought them in the house, and then you thought you kept hearing something in the house?
So this is how I know this is a great movie. I really love Ratatouille, and I'm giving you guys Emil vibes today because I think Emil is like the ultimate brother, friend, support system. So, Ratatouille, and I know you're probably thinking the name is for the rat, but it's not. It's actually a dish, a French dish.
Right, and that's the thing with Linguini. I'm like, why is his name Linguini? You know what I mean? I'm thinking he's calling him that because a noodle or something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So, okay, it takes place in Paris, France. I don't know the time frame. We don't know where it's at on the Pixar time frame, but people are still habitating the earth.
Yeah, but animals are evolving, obviously. Because the rats can...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so it's before the Cars timeline. Do you guys study like Pixar theories like us? Comment down below if you do.
Yeah.
I love the way everything's so weaved in. Mm-hmm. I didn't find many Easter eggs here though. But anyway.
I did.
Takes place in France. Not Paris at first though. You're going to tell me the Easter eggs. Hold on. But it takes place France, countryside, and Remy is a part of a rat colony, right?
Yep.
He enjoys sneaking into the house because you're not supposed to be around humans, watching TV, and his all-time favorite is Chef Gusteau, who says anyone can cook. Mm-hmm. And so he finds the art in food. Comment down below if you are a person who loves to cook. Not, okay, we're quarantined, I have to cook, but someone that their form of expression is cooking.
Yeah. Well, that's you.
Yes.
That's why you relate to this movie so much.
So he is kind of into food. His family, the colony, they just want to survive. So
I thought you were talking about me. I was like, yeah, I'm into food. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, yes. I'm now feeling more connected to Remy. But, so, he is absolutely evolving. Mm-hmm. He's walking on 2 legs instead of all 4s, where they're still doing that.
Yep.
He has such a keen sense of taste and smell that he becomes the resident food checker.
Yep.
To make sure the other rats aren't poisoned.
Yep. And when he gets in the kitchen, he washes his hands, people. Wash your hands.
We could have food and wine if people would just wash their hands.
Yeah, wash your hands.
But yeah, so he is not just, okay, I'm going to eat to live. He lives to eat. So he spends time in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. He blows up the spot. Mm-hmm. Because him and Emil got hot.
Yep.
And so they had to leave. So that's a funny scene too.
Yeah.
Who do you think that old lady is?
I think that's Boo.
Okay. So they're countryside. He's checking out an old lady's house. Him and Emil sneak in, which they shouldn't be doing, blow up the spot. Everybody has to flee. And in classic Pixar Disney fashion, he loses his colony, which his father is the head of, and his mother is nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
Like always.
Well, Dad's running the show, as usual. Disciplinarian, all that stuff, but I digress.
Okay, if you have not done so already, please check out our video where we discussed who the disciplinarian was. That was for Zanimation. Mm-hmm. I'm the disciplinarian, guys. I just am.
Okay.
That's just how that works. Corey is the connect via laughter and jokes and good guy. Like, if I, lay down the law, he'll, dip off into Ava's room later and go, you know how your mom is. No. There are rules.
United front. United front.
He's fronting for you guys. Not a united front. But anyway, so he's down in the sewer, which he's in despair, which makes me think of another movie that has a rat in it that I absolutely love. And
Ninja Turtles.
No.
I was just saying.
No. Flushed away. Flushed away.
Oh, okay. Ninja Turtles have a rat in
Splinter.
the show too.
I know. Splinter's super gross. But the rat's in flushed away. If comment down below if you've seen that movie. That was another good one. But anyway, he's in despair, and pops up Gusteau as his conscience.
Yep.
So Gusteau doubles as Jiminy, and
I didn't
says,
think of it like that.
you know, his head's down, he's depressed, he's in this space. He goes, look up, look around you, and he comes up, and he is in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Which, we talked about this before. Pixar, I can't consider it animation. It looked like a Paris night. Like, the effects that they use, it's so real. Even like the strands of hair on Remy.
I was looking at their whiskers. Their whiskers was looking official. Like real whiskers.
You know, I guess that's one of the things that we love about Disney is that they spare, and Pixar, they spare no expense when it comes to details.
Mm-hmm.
Like a fun fact for Moana, which we love, they actually had an actor play out Moana's hair. So there's a woman that, okay, Moana's in water, wet your hair. Okay, do this, do that. That's how detailed they are. So he finds out he's in Paris, and he's right in front of Gusteau's restaurant. I just love that scene.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the hairs on his back stood up, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved that part.
And then enter Linguini. Right? Cleaning up the kitchen.
So Linguini is a guy whose mother just died. Chill with that, Pixar and Disney. Can y'all chill? So his mother just died. He knew new one. He didn't know anyone. He knew new one. He didn't know anyone. And his mother gave him a letter and said, please take this to Gusteau's restaurant and give it to the head chef. Gusteau had since passed. It was a letter from someone who had known Gusteau, his mother, basically asking, hey, if you've received this letter, I'm no longer here. Can you please give my son a job? Right?
Yeah.
In comes Linguini, hands the letter to Chef Skinner, who is in charge of Gusteau since Gusteau passed. Thoughts on Chef Skinner?
You know, he's a general. He wants everything right. He was a, what do you call it? Opportunist. Mm-hmm. Right? Because he made those little Chef Gusteau little
frozen
freezer.
Treats. So,
yeah.
So there are people that will sacrifice quality for money.
Mm-hmm.
And those people will never get it, right? So he's one of them.
Yeah.
It's very simple. If you do what you love and love what you do, the money will follow. If that's what you need to feel complete or whatever.
Yeah.
That always follows. But when you chase the money, you come across so cheesy, right? Mm-hmm. So, Karl Lagerfeld says trendy is the step before tacky, right? Yeah. And so he's now taking Gusteau's name, and Gusteau really and truly loved to cook, and this guy just wants to mass produce. So he's extremely short, so maybe a Napoleon complex, right? Sure. Extremely short, bossy, has a very thin mustache, very similar to Corey's mustache and chin strap when we first met. No. So it's a bustling kitchen, which is exactly what you think of when you think of restaurants. So I loved that. Somehow Linguini thought it was a good idea to tamper with, I think it was like accidental, right? He was definitely clumsy. Tamper with the soup this whole time because Remy is so excited to be around Gusteau's restaurant. Remy is looking. Mm-hmm. He's like Linguini is completely violating the recipe of Gusteau's soup. Yes. So Remy steps in. Linguini's freaked out, but the soup is such a hit that they're asking him to do it again. Skinner sees the rat, tells him to get rid of the rat, but Linguini knows I can't cook. Right. But the rat can, right? And so they communicate, but no, it's not like, when Naveen and Tiana become frogs and they can speak to animals. Linguini and Remy communicate through movement.
Yes.
So Linguini was talking to him, and at this point, you got to remember, Linguini's in a new area. He had lost his mom. He's talking to a rat, which he thinks, okay, I must be going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then Remy's like saying yes. So I like the dynamic of Remy's like, okay, I'm talking to a figment of my imagination via Gusto. I must be going crazy.
Right.
Linguini is talking to Remy, who is a rat. So Linguini's like, I must be going crazy. But they figure out a way to allow Remy to use Linguini to cook. And it's a hit. To Skinner's dismay.
Yeah,
right?
he's like trying to find this rat the whole time. He's seeing
He's trying to find the rat.
Of rats.
He's not feeling where's Linguini getting this skill from?
Yeah.
He pairs Linguini up with Colette, who is the only female chef in the kitchen.
Yep.
And
she knows all of Gusto's recipes.
So for 2008, I thought this was really good. I connected with Colette when she said, I have to work harder, I have to do more, and, I still get passed over. I mean, we're still at a, pay differential from man to woman. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was bold of them to allow her to express that.
Yeah.
Because I thought of what of the, young child that may someday become the CEO that watched that and remembered, hey, no, you know what? Equity matters. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was great. And you've got her trying to teach him trying to work with Remy. Classic back and forth, things are going great. And then, Linguini falls in love and forgets about Remy. Isn't that how that always works?
I don't know.
Colette becomes his love interest. You still have Skinner trying to figure things out. Meanwhile, then Skinner reads the letter again and discovers that Linguini's mother says that Linguini is the son and heir of Gusto.
Yeah. So now he's sick. He's trying to cover it up.
Yes. And he's got a shady lawyer as his sidekick. And so Linguini has no idea about this. He's busy in love and trying to just keep Remy under his hat. Remy helps him discover that fact.
Yeah.
And then it goes from there, right?
Yeah.
The whole time, though, there's this amazing character in Ego, who is the food critic. And
which is me. That's how I am in the house. I come in like, Ego, let me taste that. And then I give her my review.
First of all, comment down below if you are the one that cooks in your household and you put your heart and soul into something and it is just not appreciated.
Oh!
For the record, I can cook.
Yes.
I mean, at least that's what people say.
I say anyone can cook, but they can't cook everything.
Your audience too can affect how you cook or how you prepare. Sometimes, I'm just not impressed.
So when Ego walks in, you should be on point.
No, I'm just not impressed by my family's palate.
See that?
And their preference of certain things. But Ego is great because Ego is a food critic who is extremely guarded and is hard on everyone. And I think it really is because he truly, truly loves food.
See?
So
when I say something, just know that it's because I truly, truly love food.
Your choice in food is scary.
Whoo!
Really scary. Very scary. So anyway, it's just one of those things that he actually loves it so much that he has zero tolerance for anything that falls short of that. So I really love that about him. overall, if you don't remember the ending of the movie, or if you don't remember the movie, I definitely say to watch it.
Yes.
Because it is a great story. I mentioned Emil as far as giving Emil vibes, and I didn't mention him. Emil is actually Remy's brother, who does not understand. Like when Remy's like, oh, taste this, and you put it together. But Emil...
People will try to say, I know where she's going. People will try to say that I'm a meal. Because when she offers me to taste stuff, I'm like, come on, man.
I mean, yeah, you're a meal and I'm a snack.
Nah. Boy, stop.
No, but seriously, but here's the thing. Emil is so supportive. And not even fake supportive. Like, Emil genuinely wants to understand.
I'm ego and Emil at the same time.
Genuinely wants to understand. He kind of gets it, but not fully, but still says, hey, I support you.
Yeah.
So it's not like fake of like, okay, I'm going to, support mediocrity. No, He's like, you're different from me.
Yep.
I can see that your difference is brilliant. I just can't get it, but I've got your back, which I love that dynamic.
When Remy had him taste two separate things and then he had them tasted together, that's when it started to click for Emil.
But he's still, Emil will never be someone that's like, okay, I want to cook or I want to be passionate about it.
But his palate changed then. Right?
Yes.
All right.
Very similar to
who?
Certain times.
See?
In life.
I told y'all.
So anyway, I think that this is like a rock star supporting cast. Yeah. If that makes sense. Now, the voices, you'll hear the voices and you'll be like, oh, they sound familiar, but it's not like, The Rock with Maui.
Yeah. Back to the rat thing, though, with you. When everyone quits in the kitchen and all the rats show up, I'm like...
Freaks me out.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if she's going to get through this.
Freaks me out.
Hilarious.
So, I'm just going to put it out there. I blame movies. One, Ben. And Michael Jackson's song, Ben, was so eerie. I'm sorry. And then...
You probably cried.
Two, I don't remember. I just was thoroughly freaked out. Two, I have a thing about cats. Because of the movie...
Pet Sematary.
No.
Oh.
No. Comment down below if you remember the name of the movie. And it might just be cats. But it was Drew Barrymore... And there was a scene where Drew Barrymore was in it, but there was a scene, I think it's like the story of a cat and its 9 lives, but there was a scene where the cat was taking the breath.
That's Pet Sematary.
No, it wasn't Pet Sematary. It was another one. Pet Sematary was just like weird.
Right.
And like the effects were horrible. But this movie, it had Drew Barrymore.
That's the one that freaked me out. That's why I'm leaning towards this being Pet Sematary.
No.
Because the cat's they were sleeping and the cat would like go over top of them and take their breath. I think it's called
Cats. And the thing was, I was excited to see the movie because, let's just talk about bad movies, right? I was all about Drew Barrymore in the movie Firestarter. So I was like, wanted to see this and then was crazy disappointed. So yeah, there were some scenes, if you don't like rats, there are some cringe-worthy scenes with this. But all in all, it's definitely worth a rewatch.
How many tire tracks?
I would give it 3.5 tire tracks.
What? That's low.
No, it's not.
Now, I'm usually the low score giver around here. I was going to give it 5.
Really?
Yep, I give it 5.
See, I didn't want to be too biased and too easy with it. Again, if you guys don't know, or if this is your first time watching, we don't discuss our review results with each other because we want to share it with you and we want it to be authentic.
Yeah, I thought we was going to get a unanimous 5 tire tracks.
It is an amazing...
That's crazy.
So, here's the thing. It is amazing. I do
From
love
top
the
to
movie.
bottom. Like, it's a good story.
The
animation is awesome.
Until the Ratatouille ride.
Oh, the ride's going to probably be crazy. Are you guys out in Paris? If you're watching from Paris, man, let us know how that ride is.
So, yeah, and here's the thing. We are an Epcot family. I'm not a Magic Kingdom mom. I'm an Epcot mom. I like my food. I like my wine.
Animal Kingdom mom, too, though.
Yes. But, they always say, like, the Magic Kingdom moms are, like, proper moms and Epcot moms are a little edgy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't we don't spend a lot of time in France. French food just isn't our thing.
Right.
Even on our cruises, we love Palo, which is Italian. We have not tried Remy, which is the restaurant on the Magic and the Fantasy. I mean, on the Fantasy and the Dream that are modeled after Ratatouille.
Yeah,
we haven't tried.
I don't want to.
But I will be there for the Ratatouille ride. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
We shout
Which
out
is very
to,
soon, but you won't be there when it opens.
I know.
You'll be there.
I know. But
Yeah.
shout out to EatSeeMagic. We'll include her information below. But she also is a YouTuber, and she did one of the Disneyland food and wine last year or the year before, and she ran into Remy.
Oh yeah.
And he looked amazing.
Yeah.
So we'll be in France. We'll be checking for it. I wonder. You know what? I take it back. 4.5. 4.5.
I knew she
because
I'm like 3.5.
Here's
That's
the thing.
Crazy.
I really do love the movie, and it's complete. There was a run there where they were just doing part 1s, part 2s, part 3s, parts.
Yeah.
There's no need for a Ratatouille 2.
Nah.
This was just
Gusto's
complete.
is still booming to this day.
no.
What is it called?
Remember
What was the restaurant now?
Ego? I don't remember what Ego ended up naming the restaurant,
Okay.
but Gusto's of course
Yeah.
giving up the whole movie. But
Spoiler alert.
comment down below if you would be interested in non-conventional cooking locations. I'm not going to say comment down below if you'd let a rat cook your food, because I can't even. But it does tie into the fact of anyone can cook, and it does push that creativity, which I really love.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't follow us on Instagram, be sure to follow us at Road Trippin with the Roots.
Yep.
You will see our cookbook, which is Ava's first cookbook. It was a children's cookbook based out of Ratatouille, and they've got like some really cute recipes in there. We just posted that. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook at Road Trippin with the Roots as well. Our website.
www.
He still makes fun of me. roadtrippingwiththeroots.com. That has everything Roots. That has our TikTok stuff.
Yep.
It has but it has my Mama Ain't Easy blog. And it's the one-stop shop for all things.
Everything.
Road Trippin with the Roots.
Yeah.
So be sure to do that. This was a great movie. If you have not seen it in a while, or if you've never seen it, it is great to do for this weekend.
Yep.
It's a long weekend. So I will say this. Try to watch it on a Friday. That might stir up your cooking skills, and you might want to really show off for Sunday dinner. I don't know.
You know what could be a sequel for Ratatouille?
What?
Grilling. Because that would be me. I'd be out on the grill for the weekend.
Instead of a rat, it'd be the groundhogs. We have groundhogs. We have groundhogs. Our neighbors are great gardeners on either side of us, so our groundhogs just...
But everyone can't grill,
live.
so that's why it don't work. And just like that, y'all, thank y'all for watching.
Guys, thank you so much again for tuning in.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this video, comment down below so we know you're there.
That's
and until the next time,
keep tripping.
bye.